What's going on, y'all? KMBest here alongside Gerry Thompson, Magic the Gathering legend. And we've got a lot to talk about today. I guess first things first, Deafening Chord. If I were a better podcaster, I would have done that intro and then first things first, Deafening Chord, play just some really loud music and the podcast. I don't... Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. I'm not a good podcaster, though, so they'll have to rely on, Marvel Snap information as, a draw here, which, questionable, I suspect. But Deafening Chord has been a revelation. Not in terms of this card is amazing, per se, but in terms of this card is cheap as hell. And that's what really matters. I have been comparing Deafening Chord to two cards you may be familiar with, Mana Leak and Spell Pierce. It's not a permanent answer, but it is cheap enough and good enough. I think it's really what's the card that's counter something if it costs 3 or less for 1 and a blue? Something like that. That's the vibe of what Deafening Chord is really doing. That's more in the ballpark here.
I don't know that they have that exact card. There's 3 mana versions of that card. The 2 mana one is CMC 2 or less, which is Prohibit. Spell Snare is thing that costs exactly 2, but Spell Snare costs 1. So I mean, hey, that's a fine comparison. I think better than Spell Pierce or Mana Leak.
You think it's better than? Why do you think it's better than Spell Pierce or Mana Leak?
No. I'm saying that comparison is bad because those cards can, I don't know, they can deal with anything unless your opponent has enough extra energy, effectively, right?
Yeah. The thing I was going, yeah.
This thing deals with small things unless they have other things. It's a very small edict effect, kind of.
Yeah, I guess the other comparison I had was Dismember. But I think maybe that's too good, and we should go Disfigure. But
yeah, but Disfigure's too bad.
Yeah, you see what
check out this card that just dropped in Marvel Snap. Disfigure.
Yes. You see the problem, right? I think it's Dismember or Mana Leak or Spell Pierce or Spell Snare or Prohibit, or you get what I'm getting at.
I think it's Deafening Chord, actually. And I think that's a very Eric Lauer thing to say, and I've not seen that guy in a while, and I miss him. I hope he's doing well.
You proud of yourself?
I was initially... Huh?
You proud of yourself for that one? You got the
I am.
I think it's Deafening Chord, and then a little bit of a self-satisfied chuckle right at the end, just comboed his ass.
So I'm gonna explain the chuckle. Eric used to do things ask the people at Wizards, what do you think the strongest blue CMC2 creature in Magic is?
Okay.
And this is at the time of Snapcaster Mage or whatever. So that was a pretty common answer. And he'd be like, I think it's Narcomoeba. Which is
you're right.
Dredge combo card.
Yes. I know what Narcomoeba was at the time. This is a reference that tracks to me. It is absolutely terrible outside of the one context in which it is utterly irreplaceable to doing something horrendously broken.
And then the other one was, what do you think the strongest green 2-drop of all time is?
And everyone says Tarmogoyf, and it's a combo card.
He's like, Tarmogoyf, that's a good answer. A lot of people give that answer. I think it's Hermit Druid.
Yeah, okay. See, I thought that was going the other way. When he was asking what the strongest blue 2-drop was, I thought he was going to say Tarmogoyf. That was the joke back in the day.
No, I think... Back then, I did not get Eric's humor. Now I get it a lot, and I really enjoy it. And I enjoy telling those stories to people. And I enjoy being like, actually, I think it's Deafening Chord.
Yeah, I mean, that is very much you've grown up. That's a dad joke. It's an MCG dad joke.
He would ask you who you thought the protagonist was in the movie The Terminator.
Okay, and you would say John Connor, and he would say it's the Terminator because it's named after the Terminator. Yeah. I think I have caught on to the theory here.
Yes. There's a clear through line.
Yes. I have.
So anyway, I think it's Deafening Chord. Right. This Deafening Chord card is more like a Deafening Chord.
Intriguing. Amazing. Well done.
Which is to say that it is very cheap. Most of the time, it does good work. Sometimes you're like, oh, I tagged your squirrel because stupid location flipped up or whatever. But it is so cheap that it doesn't matter. Who cares?
Now, I mean, there are decks that care, right? Like decks that are like card quality decks or specific combos, right? But one deck that like explicitly not only wants its tech cards to be like extremely cheap, but also to get the hell out of the hand, that's Victoria Hand. Victoria Hand right now, I think, is the best deck in the game. And it is so clearly just because of Deafening Chord, which is not to say Deafening Chord is like, wow, this is the greatest card ever, but it's more like Victoria Hand has some really specific conditions for being something that's really good. And those specific conditions are related to the tech cards it gets to play. They need to be cheap enough and also well-rounded enough for the deck to exist. If the tech is expensive, you can't play it in Victoria Hand. If you have to play a lot of tech, you can't play it in Victoria Hand. But if there's cheap tech that answers most of what you see, then Victoria Hand gets to be really good again, because it very often dodges all of that cheap stuff. Nice Shadow King deck, tech and points Shadow King mirror. I don't care about it. Good luck Shadow Kinging my V hands. That does nothing to me, right? Like all of that stuff. There's the other thing about this, though, is it's not just Chord, it's the way in which combo decks have been centralized around Shadow King. The best combo decks in Marvel Snap lose to Shadow King. And because they're the best combo decks in Marvel Snap, they beat the combo decks that don't lose to Shadow King. Which means Shadow King is just like one-size-fits-all problem solver across the board here. And so with Shadow King and Deafening Chord, Victoria Hand gets tech cards that are relevant in, I don't know the exact numbers, but I would guess, honestly, like probably 80% of the game that you play. And
I personally miss 2-cost Shadow King.
Oh yeah?
But that would only be for me. Only if I could play it.
I feel like we've had that exact conversation before.
Yeah.
About 2-cost Shadow King.
That might be true. It might have been reversed too. It might have been like you saying it.
I think I want to say you have said that exact sentence about this exact
I definitely
card.
Like, yeah. No, this is everyone on the internet. They're like, oh, I want to change this card in this way that would make it broken, not realizing that they would have to play against other people using that card.
Yep.
My only conclusion is they just assumed that only they would get to play with it that way.
I have a conspiracy theory. All right.
Love those. Those are fun. Completely harmless.
100% harmless. They have never had a negative effect on society at all, or really of even internet discourse, right? Like they never made anything worse. Second Dinner nerfed all the tech so they could sell this card and it would look better by comparison. Boom!
Whoa. Save that for a video, man. You're just incinerating money.
I give away free game. That's what I do. I do that. It's important to me. You know, you got.
Are you the content creator that all the other content creators watch and then just turn your stuff into like TikToks or whatever, like quick hit form?
No. The person.
Well, they should do that. They should take that to the bank.
I think it's Jeff Hoagland, but like only in a negative way, right? Like the people, like the content creator, other content creators talk about the most. It has to be Jeff, but like not complimentarily. But it has to be Jeff, right? Like nobody else, I feel like, gets brought up in that way, like that volume.
No. Like they purposely don't bring you up. It's just they'll watch your hour-and-a-half podcast and then take the 3 smart things that you say and make 3 different videos off of them and make like $1,000.
It's really bold to assume that I say 3 smart things in an hour and a half. Like that's
being generous.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the holidays, you know.
on this Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for the estimate that I say at least 1 smart thing in 30 minutes of literally just me talking despite your presence here.
I've said words. I told jokes.
So true, bestie. So true. Yeah,
Dude,
I
what?
think,
I think this is the first time. Look up a little bit, like raise your head a little bit.
oh, you can see the ring light.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
see,
this is the first time. It looks like you got like some Havoc Cyclops mashup. You have like Havoc rays coming out of your eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can center them over my actual eyeballs here, but I'm
Yeah,
not having a lot of
you're
luck.
the seventh Summers brother.
I gotta tell you, man,
from
I was reading
69 420.
I was reading. First of all, those numbers are outdated. It's all about 6'7" now. That you're revealing yourself to be a boomer.
I'm showing my
this.
age.
Yes.
We've been over this.
Yes. But I gotta tell you, man, I was reading because my comics education is very not necessarily sparse, but it's more deep than it is wide. Because I'll find someone and I'll read all their stuff, right? And then I just won't do that because I'll be following an author, right? I'll follow Al Ewing around. I'll follow Dennis Comp around, right? I'll follow all these people around, right? Also, someone told me his name was pronounced Dennis Camp, and I can't tell if they're fucking with me or not.
How's it spelled?
Deniz Camp. And it's like, is it just Dennis Camp? Have I been accidentally putting an accent on this like your average white man trying to pronounce a name? Is that what I've been doing this whole time? It's entirely possible.
My favorite tech card.
It's entirely possible. There's this. I really try hard not to be that guy, right? I've told you about the SNL sketch with Jimmy Smits, where it's just white people in an office pronouncing burrito with rolling R's, and I try not to be that guy, and I fear I have been that guy. It is entirely possible that I have been that guy.
Look, as a person who grew up reading a lot, and especially comic books, there were a lot of words in my vocabulary that I had, and I had like an understanding of the meaning of, and then you hear someone say it, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what word is that? Can you spell it? And it's like, oh, it's that other thing that I was just mispronouncing wrong in my head the entire time. So, I don't know. Like, Joe Madureira, for example, was my favorite artist at the time. And I didn't know how to pronounce his last name. I could still be messing it up, I think, but...
The famous story in my family was, I believe, my great aunt who understood the word misled as misled. And, just knew that was a bad thing to do to somebody. You don't want to misle somebody. You know what I mean? Right? So that's the story in my family.
Dude, that sounds like early 2000s magic slang.
Yeah, it's not that far off from Mize. So there you go, right? Can we do a detour on that? Can you explain the concept? Yeah, on Mize. I would like you to Jerry's Tech Talk 101.
It's like a come up. Like you peel the land you needed, Mize.
Yeah. Yes.
You kept like a one lander and peel land 2 on turn 2. You just say Mize, like draw it, slam it immediately into play. Don't even like shuffle your hand or anything, right?
Etymology being
no idea.
See, that's kind of what I wanted to know. I like
team,
I know
team sped. Look up team sped if you want. I believe that they are responsible for a lot of slang, a lot of lingo.
I just assumed this was like some sort of Flores thing. Like, I just assumed this was in some way attributable to Mike Flores. But Mike Flores thing, by the way, I read back in the day that the point of him ending all of his articles with "Love Mike" was to subliminally influence you into loving Mike. Too. Is this true? Is this?
I don't know.
Because that is the coolest thing. I mean, like, that is.
I can neither confirm nor deny, but if true, is very sad.
It might be very sad, but it also is something like I'm the last person who gets to make fun of anyone for putting their face on a bunch of shit. All of my thumbnails are me going, right? Like, I feel like that's at least as pathetic. Like, just, and I actually do that, confirmed, right? Like, that is something I do
mean,
fully in, like, that is all, everyone knows it. I had to do not a
there,
photo shoot, but I had to like get my girlfriend and be like, hey, I need to take some YouTube thumbnail pictures, take pictures of me making these faces. That's at least as embarrassing.
well, there is a reason that Brian and I did not want to pursue YouTube. And I sent you the folder, I believe, of my YouTube bullshit doing
them.
all the faces. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I use those faces sometimes. I like the one that I use the most is the one of you looking up and going, "Oh." that one makes some appearances. That's one our viewers will be familiar with. But yeah, like that's
great.
That's infinitely more, like every thumbnail face I make is infinitely more embarrassing than Love Mike. I promise you that.
Agree to disagree.
Look, you'd feel differently if it was you doing the thumbnail faces. That's all I'm saying.
I opted out of it. I chose to not do it.
Right.
I had the Google Drive folder of pictures. That was 40 or 50 different things of me with a green screen doing the dumbest shit that we could think of at the time. And yeah, and then I was just like, I can't do this.
I guess what I'm saying is, do you think I should like start doing the love thing? Because am I just like leaving equity on the ground effectively by not subliminally influencing my audience to love me more?
Well, it's different in video and print,
right?
I would
so
imagine.
Should I be like blowing kisses? I do a wink at the end, which, by the way, people don't know the origin story of the wink. I did it in a video. I was like, I need a sign off. It's stupid, but and some guy was like, never fucking do that again. And so I've done it in every video. that is the entire origin story of the wink I do at the end of my videos. It is
a single wink it just grossed out that one guy saying the word moist.
Yep. I don't blame him. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, do I think this stupid? Would I call it cringe if it weren't me doing it? Yeah, probably. Am I still gonna keep doing it? Yeah, fuck you. Like, how dare you?
Might as well.
Yeah,
need a bit.
See, that is like the my is backronym, right? It's not literally a backronym, but like the sort of back justification for it is people are like, oh, it means like might as well, right? Might as well. But that's not it.
I mean it. I think that is the origin. You were probably right about that. Where I believe Mize was like, oh, I might as well do this. We'll see if it works out, kind of thing. But then it became come up, and then became My Stings and that website, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure our hat maybe has more lore.
There's literally just an entire part of my brain that like this is all from when I was too young to know or care. So if you had like a sort of PHP forum or whatever, right, for Magic the Gathering, in my head you're just Mike Flores. Like that's just it. Like if you had one of those websites, that's just who you are. Just generationally, you're Mike Flores. And there's not like a good or bad association with that because I don't know Mike Flores. But if you had like if you're of that age and you were on like the dojo or whatever, that's it. That's your generation. That's the face of your generation as far as I'm concerned. I don't know who the face of the like the MTG Salvation generation is, but I would guess that it's Gavin Verhey.
Yeah. That's reasonable.
That's my guess. And I don't know.
Servo.
Yeah, I don't know what comes after. Gavin Verhey, by the way, the only successful moderator to actually working for the company pipeline I've ever seen. Incredible. a fan site moderator to working for the company is an insane come up, a mize, if you will. A phenomenally done path.
I mean, it helps that he is very smart and very good at Magic.
Yes, okay, also he's the best Magic writer I've ever read. But like let's ignore that for the forum moderator part.
Well, fuck you, but okay.
Look, man, you are a writer who is writing to convey something, right? You have knowledge that you would like to
I'm
tell.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Gavin would like write essays in like a sort of more what's the word I'm looking for? What he lacked in, you know, tournament level, high level competitive stuff, he more than made up for in being the only Magic writer with style. He had such style as a writer. I truly appreciate it. You're mad as fuck now. You're mad as fuck now.
I will send you shit right now that you have to promise that you're going to read me, or not read me, but
I'm going to get you to read it. Yeah, I will.
Promise to me that you will read them.
Okay.
Deal.
Okay.
I'll send you some things.
Am I going to come?
I didn't
back on this
write
podcast
only strategy stuff. I also wrote more than slightly offensive tournament reports that were highly entertaining, at least to me. And
that's not what I mean by style. I don't mean being the Magic equivalent of the nostalgia critic. Okay, that is not what I mean. Like, Gavin wrote like.
Oh, what do you mean nostalgia critic?
Are you not familiar with the nostalgia critic?
No.
He's like one of the OG.
This feels like
angry movie reviewers, where like the humor was in. It was A, fairly childish, and B, the like, I can't believe this guy would do such a thing kind of humor that was very common in like 2008. Like,
nah.
You're not familiar. Really? That's crazy.
Boom, paragraph 2, I mentioned Ben Hayes. That's how you know it's a good one.
Gavin wrote the best explanation for, like, if you are bad at card games and want to understand why you keep losing to random bullshit, Gavin wrote the single best article for that. It was really meaningful for me as someone who was dog shit at card games. Shout out to Gavin Verhey. Great article. I'm forgetting the name of it.
I know what you're talking about, but
yeah, the name of his column was Flow of Ideas, and it was called What We Deserve. That really good article. Like, if you want someone to viscerally understand the feeling of it, right? That's what I liked about his writing, is like he would write in a way that made you understand the concept he was getting at. I consider it one of the better articles that I've ever read, but it's not like he was the first person treading that territory, I suppose. But I also suppose that there would have been no point in you writing an article like that. Not because you didn't know it, but because it would just do worse than this deck list is really good. As someone who's in the same position, I am familiar with this situation.
Yeah, no, that is definitely true, but I think that there was a time and a place to do more artsy stuff, and certainly whenever I did a few theory articles, and I did a handful towards the tail end of like SEG shutting down their competitive stuff, like if there is a lull, then those are a good time for those to happen, because that's going to be like the banger thing that people are talking about. So like I was good at picking my times.
That makes a lot of sense. And because like a lot of the time that I'm thinking of when I was actually reading this stuff, you were on a run. You were on a heater. You were doing shit, right? And so it was always about
two big tournaments every weekend.
Yeah.
So out of 4 of them, I would top 8 one of them.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah, it was a really good article, and ignore all of that and think of Gavin only as forum moderator to whatever he is now. I don't want to say mascot, and I don't want to say junior Mark Rosewater, because it's more than that, but he is like a face man. He's like a avatar, company avatar.
What is Hasbro's company mascot?
A $sign?
Yeah.
like a green, like, okay, it's a graph, right? And it's a red line going down, and then a green line going up, and the red line going down is everything but Magic profits, and the green line going up is Magic profits. That is my understanding of what Hasbro's mascot would be, or like an angry emoji John Finkel. I think those are. If you asked me to design Hasbro's mascot, I would come up with that.
All right, I just skimmed this article. It's a good one. If you like this, I will send you a couple more that are like it. Otherwise, I can send you some theory stuff too, which is also good. But
I worry that like I'm just too old to find that stuff meaningful in the way that I did when I was younger. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's entirely possible. But like, it is art to me. I look back and I'm just like, this is cringe, and I would never write it this way.
But I clicked here.
I definitely cooked for the time. Yeah.
That's such.
Do you know the card Colony Hydra?
Yes, I don't remember what it does, but it's from like Zendikar, right?
Yeah, so it just has 6 green pips.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to convey the fact that my friend was just constantly smoking weed.
Sure.
And so I just referenced him like playtesting his Colony Hydra deck.
See, I would not have gotten that at the time. I'm almost positive that would not have processed for me. I would have been like, what's this guy doing playing that dog shit? And then I would have gone and just moved along. Your art is lost on the masses, Gerry.
That's fine. It doesn't make it less art. Art's difficult to understand, baby. It's also in the eye of the beholder sometimes, you know?
I have that. See, that sounds like you're like art is in the eye
AI
of the beholder.
could never.
Art is in the eye of the beholder sounds also like you're referencing a bong. Well, like a pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Let me pack some art into this eye of the beholder. give me. Designing a beholder bong where like the idea is basically there are 10 different drugs in it and you have to just take one without knowing what it is, right? Like just 10 different smokables. 10 different smokables, right? And like you go in there, you're expecting like some nice indica, you come away with like crack. And like, look, dude, you got hit with the petrification ray. That's how it works. That's how beholders work. Like, I'm sorry. You shouldn't have signed up to fight a beholder. That's on you, dude.
You know what? I know so many people that would be down for this.
That's horrifying. It might be the worst idea I've had in the history of this podcast.
No, it's really good.
I mentioned crack, and you're like, I know so many people.
No, this is life-ruiningly good because there's just an intersection of gamers who, they get out their gambling addiction through like Magic Online drafts or whatever.
Yeah, this is the drug version of the credit card game.
Yeah, no, exactly. It is exactly that. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I know so many people where you'd be like, okay, I'm going to propose something. And you're initially going to be like, no, that's dumb. But I'm going to make you do it once, and then their life is ruined. Yeah.
It's called Eye of the Beholder. And please do not credit me. do not mention my name in the context of this under any circumstances.
I mean, this is honestly a phenomenal idea.
It is.
I don't think anyone should do it. But it would do really well.
Talking about like Hasbro's declining profits, right? They get the trademark on a beholder. Hit me up.
Are their profits actually declining?
My understanding, and to be clear, my understanding is based on, and I'm going to be 100%, like, trust me, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, tweets from Saffron Olive and John Finkel. So understand that it is coming from the highest authority, you know?
Yeah. Quality news sources, people with boots on the ground.
100% is that, Magic profits are very, very good for them, and most of their other things are not very good for them.
Oh, well, no, I knew that, I guess. I just assumed, like, Magic makes up for all of their losses. Magic pays for all of their dumb shit.
That is my understanding, yes.
That's been true for over a decade.
Okay, so we're saying reputable news source Saffron Olive and John Finkel, 2 tweets that I vaguely remember. Got it.
Yeah. I believe the exact thing was, for a while there was like the occasional thing where it's like, oh, for some reason My Little Pony did well this year and they made $1 or something. But basically all of Hasbro's IPs were losses except for Transformers in the year where a movie came out.
That's crazy. I wonder how that's like for Second Dinner and Marvel Snap. Right? Like, they have to be working on other games, presumably. And it's like, I know one of the things that popped up a lot of the time was like, they're just milking Marvel Snap for the money to make game 2, but I'll show them by not playing game 2 because they're so greedy. Or like that one comes up a lot. I get that one. I get that one a lot. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't really
do that with Hoyoverse too.
Oh God. Yeah, but I mean, like, at least Hoyoverse has the decency to make the same game every time, you know? Like, at least with Hoyoverse, you'll be like, yeah, I know what I'm getting here. There's okay, it's a tall lady with white hair. All right, I got it. I know what I'm getting here. I have figured this out. I know.
Occasionally,
I know the genre.
Occasionally, a lady that's on fire as well.
Crazy. They really push the envelope over there with you know what's really messed up is I think HSR is actually like kind of a genius game, but all of the gacha and Hoyoverse crap. Like, imagine you had an HSR combat system in like a 2002 JRPG. You'd be like, damn, that's like really well done.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know that I have not played HSR on auto in more than 2 years.
But that's because, like, the reason the
actually, I don't even know if the game has been out for 2 years, but
the reason the auto option exists is so that you can engage with the farming mechanics of the game rather than actually engaging with the game, right? And that only exists because of all the crap they've stacked onto it, all the gacha stuff, all the 75 mechanics that you need to know. It's a very dense game. And learning how to be good at the combat, if that was the only mechanic, that would be one thing. But it's not the only mechanic. It's like 4% of the game.
So there was a point in Genshin where I knew way too much about the mechanics of the game and the characters and the kits and whatever. And that was sort of true with HSR too, but not to the degree, because I don't think it's as deep or anything. But we're in like 3.7 or some shit now. So there have been 7 patches with new characters. I have a decent amount of them, and I don't know what any of their kits do. I was just like, oh, I know you're going to be good in this team. And then I build you the way I'm supposed to, and then I click auto battle and I clear content.
Can I tell you a secret? In my entire time as a Marvel Snap creator, I have never recommended that my girlfriend play Marvel Snap. Not one time. And
yeah, that's fair.
I saw yesterday that she was playing like some horrendous match 3 game. And like,
which one?
Purchased,
which
one? I don't know.
Go ask her right now.
I am not doing that. But like, the point is,
I need to know.
She had purchased some amount of microtransactions in that game.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like,
oh no,
I will give you a better game to purchase bad microtransactions in. Like, I got you. I've got a slightly less embarrassing microtransaction for you right here. It's Marvel.
Tell her to play. Can you do me another favor besides reading this article of mine from, what year is this? 2011? I'm guessing.
Outstanding.
Nope, 2010. Have her download Suica game.
You're gonna have to send me how to spell that.
Watermelon game. What? It's free on mobile.
Okay. I will do that. I thought we could get, a Marvel Snap player in here. I was like, they're going to give you Thanos if you log in. She did seem interested by that, which is crazy because I think she was just humoring me because like that doesn't mean anything to her.
Oh, really, babe? Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was like, oh, they're actually giving away a lot of stuff now. It's probably like a pretty interesting game. And she was like, I just want a game where I don't have to think. And I was like, well, good luck. That's what pre-infinite is. Like, you will not have to think at Marvel Snap for at least 60 ranks. You're good to go. Like, you can just turn that shit on and put people in places. You will not have to think about that at all. I sometimes wonder if she understands that like I'm actually really good at this game, and like the degree I talk about it with is not necessary to engage with it at all. I kind of think that she thinks that like the degree I talk about it and like analyze it and do all the work and all the things that I do is like that's what it takes to play the game. And I like this is not Crusader Kings. That is not what's happening here.
No, I mean there is definitely a weird bubble we find ourselves in. Like if you are on YouTube looking up gaming content, that automatically puts you in like, you know, the 95th percentile in most games, I think. Which is kind of crazy to think about because I don't know. I am the type of person where it's like, if I'm going to do a thing, I'm going to go deep on it. You're talking about how if you read comics and you find like an author you like, you just read all their stuff. You know, it's the same kind of thing. I can't imagine really doing everything casually. Obviously, I just described like my HSR experience being like a little bit more casual now, but I'm still like min-maxing. I don't actually know what the things do. I just know what I'm supposed to get.
I was struck by a bolt of lightning, realizing that we never actually finished the conversation about the comic things. We just went on a series of tangents from there.
Oh, is it like we both have ADHD?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is crazy. The thing that I wanted to get at when I brought up the comic things, where I was talking about my knowledge being deep but not wide, is I didn't know there was a third Summers brother until he showed up and I was expected to know who he was. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Who is this asshole? And he's like this insanely, it was in X-Men Red, right? Because I was reading through Al Ewing's backlog, right? And Vulcan shows up. It's like, who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is. And I have to like learn through context clues that he's a Summers brother, insane and horrendously powerful. And also the former emperor of the Shi'ar Empire or something along those lines. Like, this is all stuff that I just, like, I had no idea about, right? Because that was before I started reading old X-Men and realized how spacey it was, before I really had a true hatred for the Summers Patriarch Corsair, before I had all of this stuff. So it was just like, who's this asshole? Like, what do you mean there's another one? This was before I even really understood Havoc as an important character. And not just like that's Scott's brother, you know?
I think this is where your hatred of Polaris stems from.
I don't hate Polaris. I just think her name is dumb. We've had this conversation. People were like, someone was like, oh, well, you know, Lorena is a pretty common name in Spanish. That's not what her name is, though.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful name. Lorena, beautiful name. Lorna, 87 years old. Sorry. That's how it is.
This is why you hate her.
I don't hate Polaris. She's cool. I think she's largely I think she should get buffed to 3/6.
Word?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, like, yeah, you can do that, but like, can we buff a bunch of other cards with them so that would make sense?
Dude, the fact that Scream is still a 2/1 is like, all right, man, come on. Like,
what?
Okay. But like, Scream is a deck that is only ever good in the world's most mid-rangey metas. We are explicitly not in those metas anymore. There's a bunch of move shit happening, and she sucks. Scream could be a 2/3. That is my pitch for Scream. You could 2/3 her right now, it would not be a problem. Because like you look at Scream, you're like, oh my god, it's a 2/11. That's so busted. We've already established 10 million times on this podcast. It doesn't matter if the card's a 2/11. We don't care. It goes vertical. Oh, it's a 2/11. Ooh, who cares? It's fine.
It goes horizontal, but I get your point.
Yeah. Wait, when you say horizontal, what do you mean?
It goes across lanes, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
I assumed vertical you meant tall. She goes both tall and wide to a degree.
To a degree, sure. I just think that like in a world, one of the things that I think is an archetype that needs to be explored more is moving your opponent's stuff, because there's like, I wish more combos were like Jocasta, you know, where the setup was on the board and positionally dependent.
Yeah.
And I think in that world, I would like moving your opponent's stuff to be a meaningful form of interaction, right?
Yeah, I do get that. I am sympathetic to that, because that is one of the few ways that you do actually get to interact with people. But then I think about, like, I don't know, for example, like the card Stegron. It's like, okay, this card kind of sucks shit. And we've just had to play this in Scream for forever because there is literally nothing else. And I worry that if we get smaller Stegron or different Stegron or whatever, maybe there are more decks that can just, oh, you played 4 cards, I'm just going to put them all in a location. And that's like really frustrating for people. And then it becomes analogous to Clog and those sorts of things that are very, very frustrating for a lot of people.
I think that I would be happier with that than with Clog by a wide margin. And they've made a lot of good Clog cards and no good Stegrons. And if you want to sit here and tell me that Cannonball is a good Stegron, I will tell you that that is not true. He's actually good Shang-Chi.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I feel like that's a space in Marvel Snap that's relatively underexplored. It's pretty interesting. Another card that I'd like to see more of, if we're just going to just start naming cards that I wish were better, Ultron. I think Ultron's just cool. I'd like to see some Ultron. I have a 5,000 token Ultron variant pinned that I'm just staring at and daring myself to buy. And I probably won't do it, but I just like it's sitting there and I'm just like, I would
Ultron
like
is probably one of my least played cards.
Yeah. Remember that one week where he got buffed and you could actually play him? That was nice. It was a nice week.
I don't know. I still didn't play him because I don't like him.
Why don't you like
I want to play my cards to fill my locations, not just like herd or play this one thing.
I like being able to really shittily contest every location. I think that's just a fun bit of text to have on a card. It's like, yeah, you can contest every location really badly. Like, you can do this. It won't be good. I think that's nice. I think that's a cool little thing. Make Ultron a 6'10" is what I'm saying. You know, give him some more power to himself. Make him a bigger guy. You know, Ultron 6'10". You don't have to make the bots any better. Just like make him a stronger guy so that people might be willing to play him instead of Magneto or whatever, right? Galactus First Steps or whatever. He's got Elias.
Yeah, I'm
stats
certainly
right
fine
now.
with that.
Look at it. Look, he's got the stats Elias has. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing number. He's got less stats than Odin. That's even worse. That's deeply embarrassing, right? He's never contesting 3 lanes as well as Odin because Odin only ever does that with combo, right? This guy could be a 6. Probably can't be a 6'12". He could be a 6'10" though. 6'12" Ultron is probably just like that happens too much, you know, because it's probably not fun long term.
I think it is interesting to look at cards that could be perceived as having a downside and their stat lines. Like Ultron to me is a downside card. I know you don't hot location it up, but I feel like today was the next card you play turns into a 6. Because I got that in like all the games I played.
You call that a downside card because it only ever shows up because you never play him, so you only ever get him off of X Mansion and that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, I don't know, this card sucks. It's just not fun to me. And it's just like, I feel like a jackass if I didn't try to fill my slots already, you know? Like, what was I doing? I was hoping I would draw Ultron. Stupid. What if I don't?
Dude, I lost a game because I was like, I blew up my opponent's War Machine. And I was like, they'll never play the Infinite now, forgetting that the Infinite has text that says if you skipped a turn, you could play him. I was like, I've blown up their War Machine. I only have to play around to She-Hulk, and then I lost to the Infinite because they skipped the turn. You talk about some downside cards. That's some downside cards right there. That's the upside of a downside card. It's like you're just so used to thinking of it as totally unplayable.
How did you not notice that they just skipped turn 5?
I noticed, it just didn't process for me. I was like, I'm killing their War Machine. They can't play the Infinite. Didn't even once think, they skipped turn 5, right? I watched them skip turn 5. I watched their Sunspot grow. And I was just like, nah, it's chill. It's chill. It just didn't even process.
See, the Infinite, I guess, is a card that I've played enough where, I know it's text. I know the cost on that bad boy, The
Infinite is Ultron for me, where it's just like, how many times have I actually cast this card for its full 6 and not off of, like, I don't know, an Iron Patriot or whatever? The answer is vanishingly few. Like, actually hard casting the Infinite that started in my deck, extremely rare for me.
Well, look, I like Ghost Rider, and that card is cool as hell. And to have enough cards to fill a deck, I basically have to play Black Knight, which, not the best card. And because you're a Black Knight deck, half the games your deck doesn't work.
Yeah.
So then you are in the mode where you have to just cast Infinite. So that is how I found myself in this situation.
That makes sense to me. Yeah, I've just been staring at, I have pinned in my token shop the 5K Ultron and the Rian Gonzalez Mobius M. Mobius. And I'm just looking at them. And they've been there for a week. And I've just been looking at them for an entire week. Just staring, just eyeballing, just like, am I willing to be this dumb? Am I going to do this? And I think the honest answer is far more likely for Mobius than it is for Ultron. Because Ultron sucks, and Mobius has been playable at previous points in the past. And I have no faith in Second Dinner actually doing something to make Ultron good. If he was good, I gotta imagine that's some deeply not compelling gameplay.
And chances are Mobius will be good again at some point.
Yeah, they're basically guaranteed to do some sort of dumbass energy cheat thing at some point, right? Like, it'll happen. I'm not worried about it. That's gonna happen,
Or just be like, OTA buff, let's try 3-5.
Like, that's definitely in their range. Both of those things are extremely in their range.
Like, okay, we want to 3-5 this guy for reasons, but to not make it weird, we'll 3-6 your girl Polaris.
Let's go. They should 3-6 Polaris. I love that she's
anyway
3-5 the entire time. Like, costed like a downside. Like, that's just so fun.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Is it an upside or a downside? Well, it's variable game to game, right? Like, what if the -4 move location shows up or whatever? It's like, well, then she's probably an upside card. But I don't know. I get where it's like, well, if all she did was like tie with the card that she moved, that would be bad. So maybe she needs more power to compensate or whatever. But then, I don't know, Electro was like a 3-2 and might have been worse even. I don't know. But then, like, Mr. Negative was a 4-4.
That one just rocks. They should have kept that, Like, I think that's what the game needed. It wasn't even really that Mr. Negative being a 4-4 was that stupid. It was just that there wasn't another good 4 in the game. Or like, if you weren't playing Mr. Negative, you were playing like Rescue or Jessica Jones at 4. And it's like, okay, well, I'm playing Mr. Negative. Yeah. It's like, all right, well, all right, cool. Like, we just didn't have like a tempo 4 there. It was just like, you're playing it because it's good enough and the downside risk is not nearly so high.
There's like some White Queen action with Devil Dino.
Oh my God, when she was a 4-6? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No,
yeah, got buffed to 4-6 and then
because this is 3-0 Devil Dino. You'd much rather have
no, this was after it was 5, I think.
Maybe no. We had 3-0 and 4-0 Devil Dino for months. Literal months.
Okay.
Like
I remember 4/6 White Queen seeing some play when she got buffed, but
that was in, I want to say, leader stuff. He was
that might be true.
there in like various leader shenanigan type decks, wherein it was all just like jockeying for positioning and doing the dumbest shit possible with leader and that. She was like 4-drop number 2 or 3 in those decks. Where every deck was just like 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4. It was like that, right? And that was mostly what she was doing, if I recall correctly.
I'd rather play Sentinel and some other piece of shit for 4 cost, you know?
Yes. But
back in the day.
You know, shout out to Sentinel, the beast mode gaming card. Absolutely a beast. Love that guy. My first ever favorite card in Marvel Snap, my boy Sentinel. It's like, holy shit, it's Squadron Hawk. They did it. This must be good. This has to be good.
And it was great.
Well, we were playing bots. Who knows, right? Like,
well, we were bots and we had no cards, but it was great. You can't deny that it was great.
In those specific conditions, I think that's a fair statement. Yeah, that's what we got. Okay, we're 50 minutes into this podcast. We've basically just done 50 minutes of tangents. Do you want to talk about the data mines?
What data mines?
I told you. 10
I know
minutes
you did.
before the
I
podcast,
did not bring it up this time.
Okay, all right. He's panicking. He's panicking live on air. Like, oh god, I was supposed to have this open. He's gonna throw me back in the defective clone bucket.
Card series? What am I looking for here?
Schedule and then January.
January? That's so far away, dude. Happy New Year.
It's almost December now.
Shit.
January is like 35 days away. This actually feels like it's kind of late for a data mine.
All right, what am I looking at?
Every card in January. That is not whatever the last Weapon X card is, which I forget what it is. Starting with you're starting with January 6th, Xiao Lao. Yes, he is storming the Capitol.
What?
What do you mean, what?
What do you mean he's storming the Capitol? Oh, January 6th.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if it was another Iron Patriot season?
That rocks. They should do that every January. It's just be like here's like U.S. Agent, Iron Patriot. That should be the January 6th release every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
There was a tournament January 6th a couple of years ago, and I tried to find a couple copies of Insurrection so I could play one in my sideboard and hand out to some other people, some other brave souls if they wanted to play it in their sideboard. And now that we got some Avatar Insurrections, now I might actually get them.
Yeah. Yep. Insurrection was a childhood kitchen table all-star. That guy, that card was the GOAT for you.
Believe that.
Yeah.
Believe that. Xiao Lao, the Undying, 5/10. On reveal, give the last character you played +2 power for each turn you played 2 or more cards.
Be a card. Wait, 2 or more cards?
2 or more. So not exactly Thena. You know what this means?
Kitty Pride card? Thanos
card?
But is that what you're going with that?
Thena's a Kitty Pride card.
Yeah.
No, you could just play your Wasp with Abandon.
Oh, God.
Xiao Lao doesn't punish you.
I should have known. Yeah, you're right. You are, as always, surgical.
You could start Xiao Laoing from turn 1. Isn't that exciting?
Turn 1, Wasp Kitty Pride. Snap.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
else?
just like that, too. The cards reveal and then you Boomer Snap, because that's how I roll.
Yep. That's not what a Boomer Snap is, but I respect the attempted adaptation of
I thought it was like snapping in the middle of the turn.
No, it's just snapping on turn 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a
No.
time when. Okay,
It has never meant
that's what
anything.
I always. That's what I always took it to mean, because that's how I always
Yours
snap.
is smarter.
So.
Like that would have been a smarter because like low APM, they're snapping late, boomer snap, right? It literally just means you snap on 6.
That's what I thought. I was
Yeah.
like, that's actually kind of brilliant. Like,
No.
I hate this and I feel insulted, but that just means that this is good terminology.
Yeah, see, that would be true if it was good terminology, which it is not.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll be wasping with this guy. Thanos sounds good.
Do you think they're ever gonna
I don't know, kind of a tight card. I like playing multiple cards.
I mean, this is kind of like the biggest Gilgamesh of all time. Where
It's like a lane and a half of Gilgamesh.
yeah, it's just like what up though? Like I'm big and then something else is big, and if this game cared about mid-rangey cards, I'd say this was a good thing to do. You know? Like,
Yeah, fair.
Like-
Fair.
this is like a sick ass card in June 2024. This card rocks.
Hell yeah, dude.
Card
I evaluate many
banging.
Magic cards by how good they would have been in 2015, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, man, this makes Thragtusk look like shit.
Yeah. Thank God, finally.
This is I don't know. I mean, I think it's cool. I think that if we have some cheap tech cards in interaction, this card is really awesome.
Oh, like Deafening Chord?
Yeah, that is a point in this card's favor. It is. It is a cheap card that
Certainly.
wants to be played, and you want to be playing, multiple cards a turn. Like that. That's actually a card that this deck probably wants. Is this better than just being a zombie deck? Is kind of a thing that occurs to me, where it's like, if you're talking about 5 enormous piece of shit, right? It's like, I don't know if this is better than just doing zombie stuff.
Okay, a couple points.
Okay.
One, split more favorably between two locations.
Is it? Because the zombie itself is always split, right? Like you still have the horde and then you have the giant man.
I think this is more power overall, though, in most cases.
I kind of don't.
I mean, if you copy it, probably not. But I guess you can copy this guy too.
Yeah. I think that's sort of the operative question, because that stuff is like, it's around. It's not great because it gets Shadow King to death. But at least this guy doesn't get Shadow King to death, right? You got that going.
This guy's got 10 power. Yeah.
He's got 10 power. Yeah.
So that's good. And I mean, I get to play Wasp in this deck and not in the zombie deck. But
well, I mean,
the other point I was going to make, huh?
You probably don't. Like, you might, but like, you probably don't.
You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, get out of here. Dude, I have the sickest Wasp variant. I'll send it to you. It's dope. Made me so happy. Just give me a reason.
I think I used the one where she's in the fridge. She's in the fridge, and that's the Wasp variant I use. And I don't know why that
use.
Good point. That's the Wasp variant I have selected.
Yeah, that you have pinned for no reason.
Correct.
No, I got a Weeby one. It's dope.
Is there an ultimate Wasp?
What?
You gotta petition them for an ultimate Wasp.
No, I don't.
5K Wasp, then I can buy it and you won't, and I'll be like, I actually like Wasp more than you.
I mean, I might buy it. We'll see. There are 2 total Joe Madureira variants in the game. Very sad number. Creative House Pocket, my new favorite. Recently, they've just been selling a bunch of them, though, which is bullshit.
They sure have. Woo! They have been selling a lot of those, yes.
I purchased the Silver Sable today with gold, and that made me pretty happy.
I saw that Silver Sable, and I was like, this card is so ass, I can't do this, but it's really good art. It is.
Dude, it was
really good art.
It was literally in the deck that I was playing.
That sounds believable, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was playing a bounce Spider-Man Noir deck.
Yep. You sure were. Yep. Was there a wasp? Do I even need to ask?
There was no wasp. It costs 0. It does nothing for Noir.
Good point. Good point. You would never, extraneously put a wasp in a deck for reasons that aren't related to making the deck work. That would just wouldn't happen.
There's a hit monkey, and like a sage. That's not nothing. Toxin.
Yeah.
Like
So
there
why
are
aren't
some
you playing the
synergies
wasp
you might
then? Yeah,
you might
play
be
the wasp.
cooking. You might be
Play the
cooking,
wasp.
but
Yeah. They
I
got
tend to fill my locations. But I was pretty happy with my Silver Sable purchase. But $20 or $50 for all these other cards, I ain't doing it.
That 1,200 gold is $20, right?
No, but I already had it though. I had like 6K gold after.
Right. Yep. I don't know if that's an exact calculation, but I think it's like $18.99 or something like that. If you like.
Oh yeah, but like if you were gonna buy $20 worth of gold in the store, you would then get some store bucks that would get you like a border. So maybe it's more like $17, right?
So true. The store bucks, by the way, they fucked that. It's $300 to get to the variant now instead of $200, which
I've never done that.
I did it for the Thena variant. I have the whale Thena variant.
All right, you like Thena more than I do. When they have they have a $300 wasp variant, then maybe you can claim it.
It's the only Thena variant that isn't super gooned out. It's just her in like a full set of like Crusader armor. It is, and every other Thena variant is like a League of Legends splash art, where it's not like it's super gooned out, but it's like, all right, okay, just dial it back 10%, please. But this one it's good. It's just like it actually takes her seriously as a character and a warrior and presents her in that way, and I appreciate it.
Okie doke. What else do you want me to talk about? They list
Got a bunch of other cards.
Yeah, there's 2 Series 5s and a Series 4 listed on January 6th.
Crazy. I mean, that's a really high level. I mean, I guess all the people at Jan 6th are like pretty well off, but like that's asking a lot even for them. Like,
Well, why are there 2 Series 5s?
Oh, because one of them is the
SP Plus.
My understanding is there's the Season Pass, the Series 5, the SP Plus, and then also a Series 4 is how most seasons seem to be structured.
Yeah, Majestic Wingbeat is a Series 4. I forgot about the Season Pass Plus. Is that Dragon of the Moon?
I think so. That
3-2
is my guess.
on reveal. Steal 1 power from even costed cards in all hands.
What? What do you mean? Okay. Let's just start at the beginning. This is now Dragon of the Goon. This is now Dragon of the Goon. And it goes in my Goon Knight deck. Yes, that is.
Yep, naturally.
That is let's start there. We're not calling it Dragon of the Moon anymore. Dragon of the Goon. Secondarily, even cost cards. So if I don't play any, this is wholly asymmetrical, yoinking only from my opponent. But on the other hand,
but it's smaller.
Right. And also, if I'm Goon Knighting, then I am discarding my opponent's cards that I would be stealing from.
Yeah, but you could do this first, and then you make them discard a card that you nerfed.
Yeah, that doesn't seem...
Neither is like a great...
Yeah.
But like they both have Moon in the name, so
Right, and they sorry.
A lot of
both
synergy.
Have what in the name?
Oon.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. So my first instinct when I look at this card is to say, that seems like dog shit. This seems really bad, and it won't do anything. My second instinct when I look at this card is, am I missing something in my analysis of this seems quite bad? Because I can imagine this guy being like a pretty big card, but I also can't imagine it being meaningful tech beyond card is kind of large for a 3-drop, and I just don't think I give a shit about card is kind of large for a 3.
Check it out. Check it out. What if you do the opposite of the Goon Knight thing?
What, you
And
play,
you play
all
all evens, and you play things that are like Sentinel, but not exactly Sentinel. It's just the first card that comes to mind. A thing that would go well with like filling your hand with even costed cards, right? You drag it to the moon, and you're like, "Wee! This thing is so big," and then you just play out your cards, and then you play Luke Cage,
I'm like, sure, but it's also just like, how
or
big
like an
is
Ajax.
it?
I don't know.
Like, how big is it?
I don't know.
though?
I don't know.
Doesn't seem like that's big enough to justify any of what's going on here.
312.
If I'm gonna devote my entire deck to it, it better be something that isn't just a 312.
No, but it still dings all their evens, and then Luke Cage is, I guess that is an odd, but we ignore that for now. I'm sure we'll have to play some amount of odds.
Surely they'll just simply make Luke Cage a 2/5.
But, oh yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Content creators who are watching this, that is the second smart thing that KM has said on this podcast. Take notes, write down, make a video of it. That's just free money.
Again, he's being, I think, quite generous with because I would be honest,
Genius.
I'm not sure what the first one was. I don't think it happened. So
I don't remember, but it did definitely happen. I remember that.
We both agree that 2/5 Luke Cage is a genius idea, though. Like, I'm not gonna back down from that. That is just just a fact, right? I'm not seeing it with this guy. This is just like, this card would have been mid in June 2024, and it's probably going to be mid in January 2026.
This is one of those cards. This is one of those cards that offers a new gameplay experience, and therefore I will opt into it.
Gerry, I just feel like calling losing a new gameplay experience for you is not accurate.
Well, I win some of the time.
Yeah,
and
that's what you'll experience with this, is winning some of the time.
I don't know, it's fun. I can't just do the same thing over and over again. I may have mentioned this once or twice, but I have ADHD.
It's that gif of SpongeBob and Patrick going over the very small hump and acting like it's a roller coaster. Ooh, that's what I think of when I think of you playing this card. You will play 18 games of it, and you'll be like, all right, I've done that. And then you will never
18?
play it again.
You think I play 18 games at all?
I was going to say 8, but then I added the teen on, and like, clearly that was a mistake.
I logged on today, played a game, cleared one quest, and then logged off. And then because 2 hours later, I tried to sleep and couldn't, I logged back on, played 2 more games, and that cleared, I think, most of my quests. But that's an anomaly, the double log on. And I felt like I was spewing because it wasn't within an 8-hour period. So it wasn't even like they were paying me 25 credits to do it.
Yeah. How many days would you estimate you've gotten 75 credits under this new system?
0.
Same. Absolutely never happened. It has never, ever happened.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Come on now. Other card, Lockheed. This is my guy right here. 2/1. End of turn. If you played a 1-cost card this turn, afflicted enemy card here with -2 power, -2 power.
Kitty Pride season. It's Kitty Pride season. I'm playing Lockheed and Kitty Pride. I'm playing Xiao Lao and Kitty Pride. It's Kitty Pride season. I love this. My favorite card they've ever made that isn't named Kitty Pride.
Deafening Chord,
because it works with Kitty
Lockheed.
Pride. Yes, dude. Be mean. Thanos?
Listen.
It's probably bad.
I'm in. Dude, we're already talking about Xiao Lao.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you should love Lockheed because these cards all come out on the same day. Oh, good God. Dragon of the Moon, you're going to have to wait. Okay. I apologize. I will get to you someday, maybe. But Lockheed Xiao Lao, obviously, I'm going to try and bang out both new cards at once to get like the dopamine drip into the dopamine hose. More new gameplay experiences.
In high school.
Yeah. And if I have Lockheed in my deck, that might push me away from playing the Wasp. That's a reason to not play the Wasp, because I need a deck slot for another 1-cost card, such as my Creative House Pocket variant of Silver Sable that I just purchased today.
Oh man. But like, what if instead, like, here's how you could justify the Wasp, right? What if all your 2s made 1s, right? What if you're playing Merlin and Kate Bishop and you were like, actually, I have too many 1s. Like, I got Merlin, Kate Bishop, and Kitty. That's enough 1s.
Damn.
Therefore, I can play the Wasp again.
All right, hold up. Both those cards put cards in my hand. I need to empty my hand. The Wasp costs 0. Merlin gives me 2 cards that get rid of the Wasp.
That's so sick, man. You can flush the Wasp away for all that extra energy that you can spend on the Wasp you draw.
Dog, it instead of like, oh, I shuffled in my hood, I break even on energy effectively. Now we are generating energy, okay? This is a Rite of Flame situation, and that card is banned in many formats.
You got on my ass for calling Deafening Chord similar to Mana Leak, and now you're like, Wasp is Rite of Flame.
No, Once and Future is Rite of Flame in combination with a Memnite.
God, that is so
anyway,
insanely beast
Lockheed
mode.
is great because Lockheed and Kitty Pryde are BFFs in canon.
Yeah, it's a great card. It's a great design. Like, I imagine the approvals process for Lockheed was like someone comes up with this design and everyone looks at it and was like, great job, and then they just put it in the card file. Like that is what I imagine is like how this card went down. They just like someone came up with this and was like, this is what we're gonna do. And like Kitty Pryde, I think people know she's basically my favorite card in the game. She's probably my favorite superhero, but that kind of came after her being my favorite card in the game. Like so
I have this cactus up here that you give me shit for.
Yeah, you can.
But your favorite card in the game, her last name is Pride.
Well, she's Jewish, so I feel like that kind of, pushes that allegation a bit into a different territory, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Something that, as a Jew,
just saying,
Jews are very unfamiliar with is pushing into some other territory. We don't know anything about that. I think that's very clear. It actually is sort of odd to have, like, I know this is an insane sentence where it's like, Kitty Pryde, what are your opinions on Gaza? But it has occurred to me as I've read her comics, right? Like, it is something where it's like, I wonder if I had a conversation with her, what she would say about it. That is entirely down to like my own absolute moron way of interacting with this. But it is sort of, it is just one of those things just like, well, I mean, yeah, okay, you didn't like it very much, but you did do the Krakoa ethno-state thing for a while,
Right.
Like you were super down with this for a little. Like it is one of those things where it's like, I don't know where they were going with Krakoa, but where they ended up was like a very odd space, narratively speaking, is what I will say.
It doesn't sound good. It just sounds like a thing where, like, if I were reading it, I would just be like, what the shit is this?
I mean, to be fair, that's like most of reading a Jonathan Hickman comic book, where you're just kind of just like, what the fuck is happening here? Why am I reading 75 like tiny little inscriptions explaining to me the ways in which alien super intelligences order themselves? Why is this in my comic book?
But
why
they
do I
couldn't
need
tell
to
you
read
who
this
Vulcan was?
spreadsheet? Yeah. Why do I need to read this spreadsheet? And then it's like, oh, you need to read the spreadsheet to understand the story. It's like, okay, man. I think Jonathan Hickman is a really good writer, but it is just like, all right, man, I'm pirating this comic book and like I have to like zoom in to read your little spreadsheet here. Like, chill, bro. Can you chill? I don't know how you'd be able to read that on mobile, right? Like if you have Marvel Unlimited, how do you read a Hickman book? Doesn't make any sense to me.
Hopefully it's in great resolution, but
Better be.
is it like you turn the page and then there's a quiz just to make sure that you actually read the material?
It is honestly kind of the experience of reading like Fall of X or whatever they called it. No, it's not that. It's like God, they've done so many Thing of X that I can't keep their names straight anymore. But the one where Krakoa ended is what I'm gonna say, right? What's the next card, Jerry? We've
Majestic Wing and
segued long
Beat.
enough.
1 cost skill on reveal, give the leftmost card in your hand +2 power. If it's 5 cost or higher, -1 cost too. Also.
What's it cost? 4? 5?
1.
1.
1 energy skill. Leftmost gets +2 power. If it's a big card, also -1 cost.
Kind of just seems good. Like, kind of just seems like a good card. I mean, like, there's a call out of, like, you know, Zombie Galacti or whatever. But kind of just seems good as, like, a card that exists. Like, you might just play this for the free roll.
Can Galacti select skills, or does it specifically say character?
That's actually a really good point. Imagine you hit this, there's Zombie Galacti, you're just like, I totally fucking blew it. I don't know why they haven't standardized skill character language. I'm guessing the answer is it's a lot of work, but it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like, can you
so I didn't really think about this. When I was playing with Spider-Man Noir, I had Shanna. I had Shanna in my deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a Deafening Chord.
Yeah.
I threw off the math a lot. It was not good.
Not even to mention, like, what if you play Spider-Man Noir and you're running a Deafening Chord? That's worse.
Well, that is worse. I didn't do that because I wanted, again, my Noir decks do not have Wasp in them. Why would they have skills in them? It's just, come on.
Good point. But yeah, that's... I don't know why they haven't standardized that language. It is like one of those things about Marvel Snap where it's like, really? That's too much work to do? And it's like, I'm sure the answer is, yeah, it is. But it's like, we've kind of been here for a while. And I just don't know why.
No, I think you just have to figure out where to draw the line. And I think that just has not been established yet. That's all.
Anything where it affects power. Like, Silver Sable should not be hitting spells on the top of the deck. That should say character. You know? Mirage. She's given power. That should say character. White Queen. That should say character. Mirage does say character, just for the record. But, like, these cards, if they impact power in the meaningful way, they should say character. Majestic Wing Beat. What does it say?
It says character.
Okay, good.
Leftmost card +2 power. If
of
it's
course.
5 cost or higher, -1 cost.
Of course it doesn't say character.
I assumed it said character.
Why would it not say, why would it ever say character, Jerry? That would only be the smart thing to do. Like, I feel like the very least they can do is not make any new cards that fall into this shit. You know what I mean? Like, just don't.
But what if I built my deck that was all skills and Black Panther? I don't think we have that many skills. But, you know? And finally, the Black Panther is like the 3rd leftmost card, and now Wingbeat is a hard target. Yeah.
That's good. You've engaged with the deck building system in an interesting way. That's an argument for it. Like, do that.
Yeah, I think I deserve my reward at that point.
Yes. But, I think situation
mostly because my deck sounds heinous.
The one situation in which I would be worried about, you know, my deck is all skills and whatever. There's only one card that, like, triggers my, like, alarms there, and that card is Galactus, where it's just like,
oh yeah,
like that's like fair. The one thing where it's like, I don't know what the skills necessarily do, but if they do enough shit, I have the Galactus alarm going off in my head.
Okay, so Ultron I have like 2 games played with on ladder, right? Galactus I'm pretty sure I have 0.
You're the most ethical gamer of all time.
No, it was just the last Series 3 card I got.
only play Wasp, never play Galactus. You can't get more ethical than that. That's
Well,
the most ethical thing of all time.
Yeah, but I also like one of my highest played cards is probably Loki. So
That is unethical. That's true.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a pretty unethical move.
It felt dirty, man. That card was
quite good.
Jesus.
Yeah, like what?
3/5? Is that downside?
Quite a card, yes.
Okay.
Who's next?
Anyway, replace what I said, all skills and Black Panther with yes, all skills and Galactus. Okay,
Yeah,
that
does sound annoying.
a little more messed up. It's just Galactus doesn't even register as a card. I'm just like, F that card. I'm Mr. Ethical over here, right?
Yeah. That's also how Loki would self-describe. Lin Lai?
Lin Lee?
I don't know, man. I again, we've already discussed how I don't want to be Jimmy Smith's burrito. I don't want to do that, right? I'm pretty sure it's not Lin Lai though. I gotta imagine this. I gotta imagine.
Yeah, you're probably right. Why isn't it spelled like that? I don't know. Lin Lee Iron Fist.
Actually, can I the way in which British and Americans have translated Chinese is so fucking insane. I didn't really know all of this stuff. The way in which you know about Confucius, right?
Yeah.
So in Chinese it's like Kung Fu Zi or something in that vein. I'm sure I'm butchering it. But the reason we call him Confucius is because they fucking Latinized the name. They gave him a fucking Roman US at the end of it. Confucius, right? Or Mencius. They fucking Latinized all the names when they translated it for reasons that I truly do not understand. And then at the same time, when we talk about Latin figures, they drop the us from it. So if you talk about Mark Antony, Marcus Antonius, but we talk about Mark Antony. So for actual Roman Latin figures, we cut the us. But for Chinese people, apparently we add it. I have no idea why. This is just something I have no domain knowledge on whatsoever. It's just a thing I noticed, and it's who came up with this crap and why did they do it? I do not understand. And that's when you read how British people translated shit from Chinese, it's just it's they weren't even trying. This does not even sound if you say the thing they're saying, it does not come anywhere close to sounding like what it sounds like when a Chinese person says it. It is genuinely offensive in how bad it is and how the incredible lack of effort they put into transliterating Chinese. It is unbelievable.
Well, that's all pretty dumb.
It's really noticeable that everything is so for lack of a better word, wrong is what it reads as. They just did it all wrong. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Oh, this guy is Swordmaster, apparently.
Yeah, he's Swordmaster, aka he's the Iron Fist in Marvel Rivals.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Okay. 2/2 on reveal, add the Sword of Fushi to another location. I don't know what that is because I can't find it.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. They fucked it. And I'm not entirely sure what the card does. But you should be able to find it on the you click Lin Lee and it'll be an associated card section. But it is...
no, it says the card can't be found.
Oh, weird. Someone linked it in my Discord and it said I don't remember what the text was, but I do remember that the panel looks like it says Sword of Fucks. The eye is not very visible, and it just kind of looks like it says
card
Sword
is
of
good then.
Yeah, it's if this was 2013, that's what everyone would be calling it at your local game store. I'm gonna hit you with the Sword of Fucks, and that's just locked in. Just a 30th percentile guy loves calling this card the Sword of Fucks in 2013.
Yeah.
That's
I remember this had to do with like moving them. You got to move them to the swords location.
I want to say that's what it is, but for the sake of brevity, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go look it up, and we're gonna pause the show real quick. You were close. Sword of Fushi is if Lin Li is here, he has +7 power.
It puts a sword in another location. How else are you gonna get them together? You know.
I am. Wait, are you doing the Sword of Fucks? Are we doing? Is that where we're going with this?
No. I was saying it was a move thing.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, you were close, and I was like, it sounds like I nailed it. I don't know.
You got to put Lin Li together with the Sword of Fucks, and then Lin Li's like a 2/9, and it's like, okay, that's a 2/9 that takes up multiple spaces on my board that I have to put effort into, and I don't know if I would put that effort into a 2/9 that didn't take up multiple spaces on my board. Ergo, bad card. End of this bad. That's my logic.
Sword of doesn't fuck.
Yeah, it's the Sword of does not fuck.
I don't know. It ain't bad. It ain't good, but it ain't bad.
Sure.
If mid range were good and you could play like the fair, like Silk Craven move deck, maybe some Hydra Stompers. This is kind of nice, you know? If I were collection level 1000.
What this card should say is every time they end up on the same location, he gets the buff. That's what this card should say. I don't know how to make those words work, but it should be like a Sam Wilson shield that you have to move it around instead of having the ability to do it.
Yeah, because it can't be an end of turn, because then you still just move it once and it keeps proccing repeatedly, right?
So it's got to be like whenever one of them moves to the location the other one is in, get the buff. That's what the card should say, because then it's like, all right, I'm doing it, and then I'm Heimdalling, you know? I'm doing it, and then I'm Hellioning. That's cool as shit. And it taxes your other resources. That's cool as shit. They should do that. They didn't do that. It's just like a dude. And it's like, all right, well, why would I do that when I could invest in all these move things that actually scale? I'm going to do those instead.
Cheap.
Dagger is too.
Yeah, but Dagger, you can't just like bang that out on turn 3 and be like, boom, got my 2/9, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta wait.
I mean, true. Dagger,
and if you do wait, then she's the 220, but you know.
True. Yes. That is largely the issue that this runs into, is like you have a limited amount of moves, and all right, cool, it's a 2/9. Congratulations on your 2/9. I hope you're happy with it. I don't know.
2/9 double wide.
Yeah, not seeing it. Not seeing it.
All right, fastball special. 2-cost skill on reveal. Destroy your highest power card here to afflict an enemy card here with that much negative power.
Deadpool and Nimrod.
Okay, so like Lockheed, banger card. Banger flavor, banger design. The X-Men stuff, the small nods, I will mostly get.
What is the season theme here? Because it's like dragons, but then whatever the hell this is.
Oh no, this goes to series 4.
That's what it is. Yeah.
No, maybe this is a holdover from the last one. No,
that's a Weapon X card that is that's a card that's coming out in the game mode in the Weapon X season that is finally entering the pool.
Oh,
that's what it is. That's what it's got.
Okay, so that's when I'll get it. That's a preview for me.
This is for you. Yeah.
That's when Fastball Special comes out for me.
I like how it's not even that I knew that. I was just like, damn, that seems like really shitty theming designs. It can't be right.
Well, yeah, at this point, y'all will have been playing with this card for a month. It'll be brand new to me, baby. Can't wait to sack my Nimrod. Anyway, found another dragon-looking thing. That's probably in this season.
That seems like a good heuristic.
Fin Fang Foom. 7/12. On reveal, gain the power of front row enemy cards here.
Damn it, are you familiar with the Coomer meme?
No.
God, I'm cooming. It's like a porn addicted Wojak, basically. That's the premise of it. He's got like red eyes. He's like kind of fat, and
Okay.
it's like meant to represent the coom, of course, being a sort of precursor to goon, right? Like it, but yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get Fin Fang coom out of my head.
I'm booming.
Yes. Like I think that is unfortunately just sort of lodged in there like a missile.
If there's a group of people who play ramp into Fin Fang Foom, they are known as Foomers.
The Foomers, yeah. Like I strongly suspect that like my most recent like verbal tick that I've absorbed is, are you familiar with the like fairly common and kind of low level bait of Zoran Mamdani is going to make kids in New York learn Arabic numerals? Arabic numerals, of course, being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Yeah, right. Asmongold.
I am not familiar with that, but
yeah, Asmongold saw that clip and was streaming and was like, and he said, and this is the greatest thing you can possibly say in response to what is just like onion level dog shit, right? Like, and the onion's like pretty good, but this is like, if you're falling for this, you're an idiot, right? And he looks at it and he says, and this is the quote, and it's been stuck in my head ever since: "This is happening faster than I thought." It's so good.
Okay. Normally, my face is all red. Normally, I would chide you for bringing up that dude's name at all.
I get it.
That dude.
I totally understand.
But that shit is hilarious.
Like, I can't get, "This is happening faster than I thought." It's the perfect
like,
thing to say.
Okay.
It's
okay.
So good.
Okay, I knew he was dumb. Like, kind of dumb. But that's incredible.
I think it's just like what you have to say in response to like pretty much anything. You know, like next time Marvel Snap does anything, it's this is happening faster than I thought. Like, it's really amazing. It is. I don't think you could think of a funnier thing to say in response to that. I think that is the funniest possible reaction you could have.
It's so good because he's just like, I am clearly a thinking man.
Right.
You know,
like
I've been consciously worrying about the timeline and the speed of things.
Yes.
And here we are. Clearly I got this wrong. I did not expect to be wrong because clearly I am a thinking man.
This is happening faster than I thought. The agenda is being enacted. It's happening. It's happening faster than I thought.
You play Fin Fang Foom on turn 6 and your opponent's like, damn, this is happening faster than I thought.
Yes. But like, being realistic, nobody's going to play this asshole on turn 6. They're going to hell it. What are we talking about here?
That seems reasonable. I mean, I may try to Ghost Rider it or whatever, but
all Foomers are doing so with a sort of remove, you know, in much the same way as like watching porn is a remove from the sexual act. Cheating Fin Fang Foom into play, it's the porn of. Get where I'm going with this? I don't really think I explained the analogy in a meaningful way, but I'm saying that it's unethical to watch porn, I think, is what I'm saying. I like that. That seems to be the conclusion that I'm drawing here. I think that's where I'm going with this.
Well, so here's the thing. We've established clearly that I am an ethical gamer. Right? I am a moral beacon on the ladder of Marvel Snap, donating cubes. If I put this in my deck, there is no way for me to ethically cast it unless Limbo flips up or some weird energy thing happens.
Superior Spider-Man.
That's not ethical, though. Then I'm ramping. I am mana cheating.
Luna Snow is ethical. That's symmetrical.
But they get 6 power, and you kind of clogged me. What if you Luna Snow and then you Cosmic Ghost Rider me, dickhead? That's not ethical.
But you don't have to do that. You could just play Luna Snow ethically.
They could, but they're not gonna. You know?
All I'm saying is that if you want to ethically boom You can do it. It just won't be good. It will be unsatisfying. But that is the nature of the satisfaction, you know? The unethical fooming, we get it. It's pretty. It looks cool. That's not what it's really like to foom, okay? That's not what it's really like here.
You're doing it wrong.
You're learning bad habits if you're unethically fooming. I've reconstructed my analogy, you see.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. I was like, this guy's not a dragon. It's Shang-Chi, Master of the Rings. But then I realized that he is involved with dragons. Anyway, I was worried that I was gonna fastball special again, man. I got overly concerned.
Yeah, dude.
3-4.
He has so much to do with Weapon X.
Yeah. Well, that dude, I got confused. You know, I'm a thinking man. You see,
this is happening faster than I thought. There's
yeah.
a second Shang-Chi.
Game start. The 10 rings starts in your hand. On reveal, unlock their potential. And now the moment of truth. I click this card. We see what happens. Card not found. All right, I'm boned.
No, you're not. Do what I did last time and Google Marvel Snap the 10 rings, and it will get you the Snap fan link that works. It will. This is literally what I did to look up sort of fucks or sort of does not fuck.
I mistyped the 10 tings, and that brings us back to our earlier Mize.
We're back on Mize tings now. All right, great.
Yeah.
wait. The 10 tings is like a song Drake would make in his like 2018 dancehall era.
All right, dog. 2-0, end of turn. Give one of your other cards here +1 power.
Okay.
Problem does not show the unlocked potential.
Is there like a
version.
Scroll down there for the 10 rings unlocked potential? I'm gonna have to pause the podcast again to bail you out.
I ain't seen it, but I'm dumb as hell. So
call me Ben Bernanke the way I'm bailing you out here twice. 10 rings upgraded is give all your cards at the location that aren't the 10 rings +1 power.
Other. Okay.
Yeah. So it goes from give one card +1 power to give all your cards +1 power. Okay. So this is better Domino, right? Just baseline. This is better Domino, where level 1, it is going to give stuff +1 power, right? Level 2, it is better if you upgrade it than Domino is. So what other than Domino are we doing with this? Are we doing Surfer stuff with like Maverick and things? This costs 3, right? Shang-Chi costs 3. This card costs 2. That frees stuff up a lot. Is this the world's greatest superior Spider-Man card? Probably. Because it's always in your opening hand.
You need a 1.
No, you don't.
My cat just...
I guess you do.
My cat just ate shit.
Clea card? This is a Clea card? We Clea?
Yep, love this with Clea. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't need a 1 because you could just play this then superior in the same location, but you certainly want a 1. I don't want to like play this on 2 and get nothing. I mean, I guess if you're getting a proc every turn, 2 to 6, then it is stats wise better than Domino, but you have to play the Shang-Chi in your deck, which maybe you don't want to draw. At least the Domino you draw it and it's not there anymore.
I mean, the upgrade is just like, bigger things are happening, but like this, the Domino, you say you draw it and it's not happening, but like this card is taking up the same amount of space in your deck as Domino, right? Like it's also like, maybe you don't want to draw Shang-Chi, but that you're blowing a draw on Domino every game, right? You know that it's costing you a draw. Since this is a game start, it just gets the Domino value without it blowing your turn to draw. Like if we assume you never want to draw Shang-Chi, if we assume that, it is still better to play this than Domino.
I mean, you're not getting it. Like it's still taking up a draw step, right? You're not getting it for free.
Yeah, you are. That's what it says. It says game start created in your hand.
What does Quicksilver say?
Game start draw this. This is game start created in your hand. It's just, you get it.
So you get a free domino.
Yeah. This card's jacked up, right?
In as much ways as a jacked up domino can be, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I do like this card.
It is the richest man's domino, right? Like this is rich man's domino at minimum.
Twist my arm for a card to play with Clea or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, I'm in. Clea, Superior Spider-Man, both excellent cards that I like a lot that are not that great at the moment. And I feel like, yeah, definitely just got a lot better.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the best mid-range card they've made in a while. And I think the card that I'm going to be keeping an eye on for with this card is Prowler. Because I think Prowler is also like a really good mid-range card that this is in a very mid-rangey meta. And so I know these aren't exactly the same thing, but is that card that I think is really strong good enough to stick around, right? Like, is this going to be a thing we see a lot of? And I think this card is maybe a little better than Prowler, but again, we aren't necessarily in a mid-rangey meta, and we don't necessarily know how all these cards' mechanics work. But if they work as they're written, this is like just day one, snap it off, easiest purchase I've ever made in my entire life, right? Like that's what it reads like to me.
All right, hold. Quicksilver says start in your opening hand. Agatha says draw this.
Okay, Quicksilver starts in your opening hand, but this says add to. Like if it says the 10 rings starts in your opening hand, that's one thing. This says add the 10 rings.
No, it says the 10 rings starts in your hand.
Ooh, maybe you're right. And this is still blowing a draw. Ooh. I have been interpreting this as God Domino. Who can say?
I mean, if you play a 1-drop, like say you play Quicksilver and this, because you want to play Wiccan or whatever, you're still getting a 2/5 domino. You're still playing Shang-Chi instead of domino, don't need to play 2 at all. So I think it is still mostly better domino, but I mean, it is not entirely clear to me. So
yeah,
I don't know. I could still very easily be wrong, but that's how I'm interpreting it.
Yeah, they're going to want to make that one clear, I feel like. This is just like data mines or data mining, right? But yeah, I didn't even think for a second that it would be taking up a spot, It didn't even occur to me. But if it is,
well,
card is no longer
the
God.
domino.
Yeah, I mean, like this card is no longer
You think the better
God.
domino is just going to give you for free? I don't.
Yes! That's literally what Prowler is to Kate Bishop. I do think that.
Is that what Prowler is to Kate Bishop?
Yeah, he makes 2 dorks in your hand and they can become free. That's literally what he is. I do think that's in the range. I do think they could do that.
He costs 3.
I know, but I do think they could do that. I do think it's in the range for them to do.
Yo, November 27th, Zombie Century, finally.
All right.
Hell yeah, brother.
Who's up next in... God, what alliterative name do you think they're going to give the Dragon season? Like, because we're currently in Arachnid Anarchy. Like, we're going to like...
Dragon D's. Anyway, Dragon Lord 5/5 limited time event. On reveal, put a card from your hand here.
5/5 just sneak and show.
Yeah,
show and tell. Yeah. I mean, if we had Emrakul, this is certainly some unethical fooming. You know what I mean?
Unethical, yes.
This is some unethical fooming.
Well, limited time event. I wasn't going to be doing it anyway because I'm an ethical gamer, as we've established.
Right, you would never do something like this.
I would
at
never.
Least non-zero interested in like play this, get some dumbass big guy out of my hand, blink this, second dumbass big guy.
Oh,
like
I was thinking, why would I ever play this to put the Infinite into play when I could simply not put 5 power into play? and skip my turn and then just play the Infinite. That's the ethical way to go about things.
Right. That is what a wasp surgical with a wasp gamer would say.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I played around Infinite perfectly because I put 21 power in this location. And then I'm like, boom, Infinite plus wasp game.
I like how the implication is that you played enough points to win a tiebreak with skipping turn 5 Infinite Wasp. I think that's
Sunspot was real big, and they're like, I ain't fucking with that.
So true.
That location's all you. I gotta really stack to beat this Infinite, you know?
So true. So and incredibly true.
I had 3 power in another location, and somehow that was enough. Yeah.
True, real, all of those things.
Because everyone was playing fair mid-range decks.
Again, you keep nailing it. You gotta. Yep.
Evaluating like it's 2015, baby. That's my sweet spot.
This card kind of has to suck, right? Like, I realize you could do some stupid shit. I'm with you, but like, don't you just get comboed? Like, ooh, you got me. I'm gonna foom all over you, and your opponent is like, I have an 80 power Human Torch, and you're like, fun game.
Or they're like, hella, I'll put 4 fooms into play, and you're like, well, damn it.
Damn, I lost the foom off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
thought I was a foomer,
aura
but
points.
you have outfoomed me.
I got outfoomed, dude. That's crazy. You hate to see it. Who's next?
Magus?
Oh. No, that's a new season.
I think that's February.
We'll cover that. We'll cover February at some point in the future. That doesn't sound very draconic to me. Yeah,
they don't have art yet, so I don't care.
Someone else's problem, not mine.
I don't know. This Dragon Lord's got like a white mage's staff. That's kind of Magus like.
It sort of pisses me off that like Marvel Snap can't do like big dragons in the way Yu-Gi-Oh did big dragons, because whatever you say about Yu-Gi-Oh, the one thing you have to admit is they did so many insane dragon designs, and they're all cool in various ways. And the fact that Dragon Lord, like, I get what they're going for. Like, he's the Lord of Dragons. He brings a dragon with him. All right, cool. Why can't he ride the dragon? Why can't he, whatever he pulls down, he merges with, and then the art dynamically updates to put him in their art? That's what I want.
That sounds like some shit that I would expect from like some AI crypto game. They just promise you a bunch of shit that they can't deliver on, you know?
Look, all I'm saying is this card should be the Marvel Snap version of Dragon Master Knight, which is Blackluster Soldier on top of a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and it gains literally like 200 attack from doing all of that fusion, which is like a 5% boost over just a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon anyway. It's an incredibly dumb design. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, by the way, also an incredibly dumb design because it takes your 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons and it puts them into one guy at a 50% rate. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
That's not some good mathing.
Yeah, it has, each Blue Eyes White Dragon has 3,000 attack and 2,500 defense. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon has 4,500 attack and 3,800 defense. So you use 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons and another card to make your battlefield worse. It is the worst card of all time, but the coolest thing they've ever fucking done. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and 5-Headed Dragon, those like, I don't even think I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I just looked at them and imagined them playing them. You know what I mean? That was my interaction with the game.
Did you like Magic's 2-Headed Dragon?
I'm not familiar.
It's a rare from Mercadian Masks.
Oh, I thought you were talking. The one I liked was Tyrant Dragon, which is in Scourge, I want to say.
Yeah.
I had a Tyrant Dragon, and I was at Little League Baseball, and it got water from the water fountain at Little League Baseball on it, and it got all messed up. And that was a bad day for me, and I'm pretty sure I still have that Tyrant Dragon. It's around here somewhere. That was I don't think I ever played it in a game, right? Like you got to understand, my interaction with
No, of
Magic as
course.
a kid was just like, imagine doing this. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not
Well,
anything real.
that's what I did with the one copy of Two-Headed Dragon that I owned, but I
Mm,
never played it.
mm. Yeah, that's that. I sometimes look back on me as a kid and I'm like, damn, you're dumb as shit. And then I also look back on me as a kid and I'm like, I wish I could be dumb as shit that way. That was probably really
Yeah.
fun to be dumb as shit that way. Like
real.
I
real.
bet I was having a blast. And then I think about like the rest of being a kid and I was like, you know, it wasn't very fun. But the imagination,
I was having
that's a
fun
perk.
in some ways, but definitely for the rest of it, I wish that I was as smart as I was now.
I wonder what decisions I would make if I had my brain in that body. I would imagine they would be bad, but in like entirely new and different ways from the bad decisions I made when I was that age, you know? Just like a whole different array of bad decisions that I could have made.
I wish I could go back and do the choose your own adventure thing like 100 times and just see how it plays out, you know? That'd be fun.
I've thought about this, and this is like
Is this an Asmongold moment where you're like, I'm going to establish that I'm a thinking man here and then say something really head ass?
no. I've thought about this and I realized that in order to do this, I would have to risk losing my current relationship. And so I wouldn't want to go back. Because
Well, if you believe in soulmates, KM, you'll find
but
each
I
other
don't, right?
on
Like
each
that's the thing.
time.
Like
Yeah.
I believe in like coin flips, basically, right? And asking me
Yeah.
to navigate all
I believe
of those
in mising.
Yes, dude. Asking me to navigate all of those coin flips the exact right way, there's no chance. I'll never pull it off again. I won't be able to do it. So I can't go back in time and like do the choose your own adventure thing because I'd be fucked. You know, I wouldn't be able
I'm
to.
single,
coin flip
so
my
I'm
way
free
back.
rolling.
Yeah, no, you're good. You know, I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to lose out on your wonderful podcast with your best friend KMBest, but
We find each other, KM. That's just the kind of relationship we have. Two dudes who never leave their house.
the odds are astronomically high. You're right.
Yeah, we'll find
point.
each other, baby. Have faith.
That's such a good point. Oh God, so true. Yeah, I think that's a good ending note. Yeah, that's right. I do want to have one last thing, which at the end of last episode, I proposed that we called the last episode Glenn Fetterman. I backed down from this on the grounds of
Good.
I don't want to make him mad, but I do think that I just wanted to like get the phrase Glenn Fetterman out there because it much like the this is happening faster than I thought, it's kind of just been rattling around up here for like a week. Like it's just been like and like at a random moment I will consider the concept of Glenn Fetterman and like imagine him with the Fetterman beard. You know what I mean? Like it's just funny.
No. I'm good. Thanks.
It's just funny. I have thought about giving myself the Fetterman beard. That concept rattles around in my brain too. Is that like I should sort of metamorphose into like some kind of lumbering ogre of a man? That's really what I've all been trying to do with the gym my entire life.
If you could replay your life 100 times, I would do that on the 100th time. But I would not waste the first 99 times doing it.
I like the other way, right? It's like if you could replay your life 100 times, what you do on the final run is beat John Fetterman.
Literally.
Just I got 100 replays, but the last one I got to stick with it, and that's the happiest guy I know. That is the guy.
That's probably true. But like, yeah, you're like, oh, you know, just out of high school, and you're like, I know what I have to do. It's move to Pennsylvania. And people are like,
right,
what the hell? Why? And you're just like, I have a reason. Don't worry about it.
Get the leg lengthening surgery so you get to be 6'7", and then just eat Papa John's for a year and a half. And like you're good. You're locked in. This is happening faster than I thought.
Maybe that's what got him.
What, Papa John's?
Yeah, maybe.
Like you think he got infected with the spirit of Papa John's racist owner, Papa John?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with this? He like
yeah.
Damn.
I don't know. Maybe their pizza is like cooked with love from Papa John. Every pizza box says "Love Papa John" on it. See, dude, how can we not find each other?